For today's cup of coffee, we sort of have a twofer. Sort of, because it's like we had a story that I wanted to cover yesterday, and today has just been, I tell you something, whatever this energy is, I will be so glad when it gets out of here.
Yeah. This energy is
It
not
has
good.
been rough. I have struggled on every conceivable level, and there have been so many other people, because when you read comments under videos, when you go on X, different platforms and stuff, lots of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just me.
No.
And in a lot of ways, I wish it was just me. I hate to think of other people going through this too. You know, but it's like, what I hold on to is this too shall pass.
Yep.
And so if you're out there struggling, hold on. Don't you give up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, as far as trying to be silenced, don't you let nobody take away your right to speak. If you can't speak one place, speak someplace else.
Right.
Learn to bob and weave.
Yeah.
And that's the reason, as far as BitChute and Rumble and now X, even though it was, it was funny because Elon Musk, he had put this thing that he was doing legal action against somebody. I don't even remember who it was, as far as them violating the First Amendment freedom of speech. And so I tweeted back at him. I said, fix the bots on X.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because just because you have a word in a sentence, or even 2 or 3 words, that does not give the context of the entire sentence.
It does not. And bots do not have the ability to detect sarcasm. It is very difficult to detect sarcasm through text anyhow.
Right. And so it was one of those Jordan Peterson, clean your room.
Yeah.
Clean your room, Elon.
Clean your house before you try to clean anyone else's.
Absolutely. And he has done a whole lot. But when you do have problems with your own shit, But
he's got someone in the position of power who's trying to...
It was questionable.
Yeah.
Whether it was going to go backwards on X or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not going to bode well.
No. And do I say their name and call them out, even though we use their platform?
No, I mean, I'm going to talk as far as the first on this was, I've found a video by Tim Pool, Beanie Boy himself. And they have some really interesting discussions, and I don't usually watch the entire live stream, but they put up different segments, and a lot of times I will watch those.
Yes.
And I would like to share the link with you, but I mean, I can do that on BitChute and Rumble.
You could.
And
not the ability right now.
Yeah, the title of it is YouTube Declares War on Timcast IRL, Deletes 2 Biggest Shows in Timcast History. Yeah.
Why is that? Oh, it's because an election's coming up.
Well, that's one of the things that they had said, that... and even this was reported in other media, so it was him reported on him.
Mm-hmm.
And that one of the episodes had featured Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Michael Malice, and was 3 years ago. And that's sort of what happened with my thing that was years ago.
Yeah.
And if you go and read the comments, it is happening to so many people because they have changed the TOS and different things like that. And instead of grandfathering things in, they're going back and, causing people problems.
They've done this before, though. They have done this before, and they never go back and fix it. Ever.
They don't want to.
No.
And
they want to keep people under that fucking iron thumb because they got a monopoly, basically. But the thing is, there's other websites about to blow them out of the water.
Well, some of the comments were just sort of ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
And the comment I made was that they hit Tim later Because he's a ginormous channel. Mm-hmm. Those of us that's got the twos and the fews and stuff like that, they think that it doesn't matter. Yeah. We're nameless, faceless numbers. Shut them down, shut them up. Mm-hmm. No. Don't have it in me.
No.
And that, at the time of this recording, over 2,000 comments and over 125,000 views. And that's within the span of 11 hours.
Yeah.
So that'll grow.
It will. It will.
And so we don't know, since that other one that they hit was from years back. We don't know that we don't have others that they'll hit from years back.
No.
Or just totally, if you wake up one morning and it's not here, go to BitChute or Rumble.
And the thing is, they never send emails out as far as terms of service, updates. They never do that. They never communicate with the people.
The thing is,
until they get backlash.
The terms of service are basically this. We have the right to change the rules at any whim.
Yeah. At
and that's
whim,
it.
Anytime. It's not right. But they're alienating a lot of their, user base.
Well, they are, but because that, some of these big tubers and the big advertisers, and that they've got Google behind them, they feel like they are untouchable.
I don't think their tax bracket shows that exactly. It shows that they break even every single year almost, and they actually lose quite a bit of money. So at some point, that money's going to dry up, and they're going to end up going under.
It's never a good thing to alienate your user base.
No, and if they continue to do that, once again, they're going to end up going under due to their own actions.
And the thing is, people like me, for our little channel, does it make them any money? No.
No.
Because we'd never ask for anything from anybody.
No, and we don't even pay for YouTube Premium.
No, because I did find out it was actually cheaper than I thought. And I disabled ad blocker. I watch the ads simply because I listened to Mudahar, Some Ordinary Gamers, and he explained as far as when people watch the ads that helps the creators that are making money off of it. And I thought, okay.
Yeah.
So I will deal with the annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, even if our little microscopic, ghost pirate ship is not making them any money, I still watch a lot of content on there.
Yeah.
I am still watching the advertisers.
Mm-hmm. You are.
And so, as Rumble grows, as BitChute grows, different things like that, I'm hoping, I would love for Rumble and BitChute to get to the point to where nobody even has to fool with YouTube.
Right.
That YouTube will go the way of MySpace, or I think that there's Facebook. Is that still a thing?
Yeah, but
not so much.
Not many people use it.
I think that some of the older people are using it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just old people and millennials.
Well, and I
not
guess
even
it's just what is familiar.
Yeah.
One of the ladies that had commented on Tim Pool's video had said she had a tiny microscopic channel that was basically just so that she would take videos of her children or whatever, so that the grandparents could see the children. Mm-hmm. And they said they hit her with some kind of a damn strike.
What was the strike, and for what?
Well, I think that somebody had said that the kid was at a Halloween party, and that it may have been a copyright strike or whatever, because they had Thriller playing in the background or whatever. Well, they could have muted that.
Yeah. Don't strike a channel, just fucking mute the video.
Yeah.
Like, there's ways to go about this just simple and painlessly.
Mm-hmm.
They are not. They're choosing the worst options and have been for a hot minute.
Bad optics.
Yeah.
Really bad optics.
Like, they are damaging their own brand.
Yep. And this is why
they're showing that they are unreliable and untrustworthy.
Well, I think that they are showing themselves to be very elitist.
Yes.
The whole basis, from my understanding of YouTube, was where anybody could get on there and they could make a video and it could be whatever, and as long as it wasn't ridiculous.
But the thing is,
and they have some that are there that are ridiculous.
Yeah.
But they're still there.
Yes, they allow a lot of that shit. That's like, there's ElsaGate 3.0 now, and it's not really ElsaGate, but ooh, that's not good. They're not doing anything with that hardly. Well, but the thing is, even YouTube themselves, and they've been doing this for a hot minute as well, going against their own terms of service.
Well, and that's what Mudahar
is like, what?
Was talking about, that some of the ads that they're allowing on the platform are actually scams.
Yes. Very much.
That's really, and that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And that scamming is definitely against terms of service.
Yes.
So,
which is one reason why they did take away the links and like videos and such, and you have to put your ID in. So I do understand that to an extent.
I did not put the ID in. I was not comfortable with that. I was not comfortable with them taking a video of me or a picture of me. No. Did I, as far as the long version of let them go back for the years that I have been doing this, and to sit there and go, yeah, this is legitimate. She's putting her sources.
Yeah. But the thing is, even if they're legitimate sources, they don't care. They just want to control a narrative.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is disturbing. I think that's highly disturbing. So, that being said, if you wake up one day and that we're not here or whatever, we'll be someplace else.
That's why people should follow you on BitChute, Rumble. It's the same username as it is on YouTube. The only other place that it's different is X. Yeah. And that's Warlanda, COCWS.
Which is short for Cup of Coffee with Scream.
Yeah.
Because they only give you so many characters.
But it's like a radio call sign. So like it's easy to look her up on there.
Yeah. And on the second part of this, if I can find from Daily Mail, and this came out yesterday, and this is being reported by Adry, Torres, and was April the 17th. And I've got to try to, since they are trying to do, as far as it's behavior modification.
Yes.
As far as which words you can use. Oh, you've got to jump through this hoop. You've got to use you can't say this anymore. You've got to do some kind of, which is just fucking stupid.
Once again, they've been doing this since the Adpocalypse numero uno. They have done this literally probably since 2015. Yes, it is.
It is social engineering,
but
that's just crazy.
Back then, it proved to a lot of us, it was like, oh, so you're just about the advertisers and not about the actual users.
Right.
And they have proven that over and over, and just more so, what is that word? My mouth ain't working.
It's okay. Bob
reiterated.
Yeah.
They have reiterated that day in and day out and stuck to their guns, and it's backfiring on them at this point, and they are too stubborn to see it.
Well, it's almost a form of zealotry.
Yeah.
It truly is. When somebody is convinced that their way is the only way, and if you don't agree with them and do it their way, then you're you're wrong or an infidel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
It's true.
Is the heresy. So, this...
You know, that's funny because I've been playing a game called Heretic.
Well, there you go. Mm-hmm. And it's
a good game.
I've got that one copy, Megan. I may use that on the beginning of this one where the burn the witch. And it says dark roast at the bottom. And it's like, hell yeah, bring it.
Where's Jack Off Jill's... Was that song, was it even technically a song, their track, Witch Hunt?
That was just really, really creepy.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Well, it was purposefully that way.
I know, it's very disturbing. Now, they actually had some good music, some good songs, but that one was just unhinged.
It was more so an interlude than a song.
And it very well could have. I don't know. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole trying to psychoanalyze it because it's actually pretty easy, but it takes a long while to explain.
Yeah.
So let's not do that today. Anyhow, this from Brazil, and I'm just going to hit the highlights of what happened. I saw and I didn't use the actual picture. Like I said, guys over there on BitChute and Rumble, I'll give y'all the link for it. There was a lady that went into a bank, and she had wheeled this gentleman in with her and was trying to get him to sign over monies and stuff. He'd be a corpse.
Literally,
as she was holding the head up. They do have the video from the bank, from the, what is it, the CCTV?
Yeah, is the CCTV footage. Actually, no, it was an employee that was recording it.
It's disturbing. I mean, it's dark.
Yeah.
This is just dark. And the lady who pushed the corpse in, she was 42 years old, and the corpse was 68. And yeah, and it was funny because the employees at the bank branch says became concerned with the actions while she tried to get the lifeless gentleman to sign a document, and that they called the police, who arrested her at the scene.
How absurd.
And then you talk about some, what was it, Weekend at Bernie's? Was that the name?
Yeah, they carrying around a corpse the whole time.
Yeah. It's just disturbing.
She's like trying to get him to sign. She's even speaking to him like he's alive. Like, clutch it, and he's just dead. He's out. Like, she lets go of his head once, and it falls back.
Well, of course it does. And it was like the first time I saw it, I'm like, this can't be real. Nobody would be that damn dumb.
If you can think it, somebody has done it. And she did it.
So it's not just people in this country that are losing their shit.
No, it's the whole world.
And it's like, how would somebody think that nobody would notice this?
I mean, the dude was becoming discolored, so...
Yeah. I mean, he obviously... It's not like
fresh,
but...
Yeah,
it was fresh because he hadn't gotten that total gray blue pallor going,
but it was color changing.
Yeah.
Some shit.
And so one of the bank tellers had said, he looks rather pale.
Yeah.
And this one lady she's like, in my 22 year career. See, I can't make this shit up. I couldn't make it up if I tried.
I was like
that she had never seen a story like this. Well, I would hope not.
Most people have not.
I would hate to think that it was common. You know, that would be worse.
God, I don't know. There is a story of this one person who had a body wrapped up in a duffel bag, multiple bags, up in their closet until they died. That's when people found out.
Oh God!
And it was basically human soup in that bag at that point.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah,
that is truly, and it's just one of those that it's got pictures of her. She had somebody that had driven them to the bank. I don't remember whether it was a taxi or what it was right now, and I can't find it.
She put that corpse in a taxi?
Whoever the driver was, helped her get dude into the wheelchair so he could be wheeled into the bank.
And the dude couldn't tell that he was dead?
I don't know.
He ain't breathing, Maury. That's a corpse, Maury.
And so it was one of these that... Like I said, there's several pictures here, and as far as her taking him down the hallway, and it truly Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh. Ow.
It hurts. It makes your hair hurt.
It makes your fake hair hurt. It
makes your weave hurt.
Oh, God.
It really does. I don't understand the world. Yeah.
It's on its head right now. It truly is. Weekend at Bernie's come to life.
This was just unbelievable, but unfortunately, with all that's going on today, was it really? Was it really? I don't know. And we still have several days left in April, but we're moving into Taurus, and then Mercury will go out of retrograde around the 25th. So hopefully at some point we will have some forward momentum.
Please.
I don't know in what way that will manifest, but
damn, that's giving me the twitch.
Final thoughts over there. I mean, what is there to say after something like that? To sit there and go, well, hell.
What's next? They're going to string one up like a piñata?
I think they've done that. I mean, that historically has happened in some of these haunted houses before.
Yeah, there was a corpse. Yeah. It was like a mummy hung up and thing. No one knew that it was an actual corpse until
for years. That's tragic. That is tragic.
Wasn't it spray painted like neon pink or orange or something like that?
No, exactly. But somebody somehow discovered that it was actual, an actual
I bet a piece
corpse
fell off, and that's how they found out.
I don't know. It was
Crumble.
Had been there for a very long period of time.
Did they paper mache that thing?
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
Like that dude with the life-size dolls that dug them up?
No.
And then turned them into dolls or something?
No, this one was... there had to be some kind of preservation method used, or it wouldn't have been able to hang there for long. So I don't know if it was... To me, I actually did see it, and it looked very dehydrated.
Mummified.
Sort of. And some of the places that are very hot and stuff and different soils, and there are people that know how to mummify people and, stuff.
Yeah, mummification is
people
still very
know
much a
stuff.
thing. Is Egypt, since they're bringing back their ancient culture, are they starting to mummify people again?
There are some companies, and I didn't. You asked me these things, and I'm totally unprepared to try to go online and find them. But
I'm not expecting you to really know them.
I do believe that there are some companies that will mummify remains.
Okay,
today.
What's the difference between that and taxidermy?
No, well, taxidermy is sort of that they.
Because there are people that was
the
like, I want to be
skin.
taxidermied.
They basically take the skin and then just put that over something else. With mummification, they remove the organs and different things like that. And there's different processes that, as far as to mummify. I was very much into ancient Egypt earlier in life, which is how I know this.
Did you see that art piece that was literally human taxidermy, though? It was like the punished death or something like that, and there were snakes all over it. It was actually really fascinating.
I think that people should be able to donate their bodies for art.
Yeah, I agree.
And they have. It's just like that one gentleman that did the anatomy sculptures that are just
and they're blown out a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and stuff like
those
that.
are just fascinating.
Those really are. That's a good, like, for drawing and such, that's a good anatomy study right there.
Yes, and the technique that he used to preserve the forms was incredible. I know that I have heard before over in Japan and stuff, some of the body suits, the full body tattoos, that some of the people have been flayed, and that the skins have been preserved and hung in museums so that the artwork would not be lost.
Sort of like Lady Cassandra in Doctor Who.
I don't know.
Except they weren't alive. Screaming, moisturize me, moisturize me.
Oh, that one. I have seen that clip. And a lot of these things are cultural.
I mean, if it's tattooing, like, I can understand wanting to like, dry that out and display it, because that's art.
Right. And it's like, before somebody starts blasting somebody else's belief system or cultures or whatever, learn from it. Mm-hmm. Don't be sitting there telling somebody else they're doing it wrong. Learn about it and find it out. And if you don't want it done, don't do it.
Yeah.
The world has got enough busybodies. My God.
People are chronically
Stay
online.
Stay online.
It's hard to do that for the people that are chronically online. And since they're chronically online, they're in everybody's business on there.
Well, now, I did share a
Almost
song.
Everybody's.
I can't remember. I think it was probably Five Finger Death Punch. I found out that I can share songs from Spotify to X.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Listening now. Something more obnoxious.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really obnoxious. It's very cathartic for me. But
It is.
all kinds of funerary practices which are amazing and interesting and odd and peculiar, and some of them are disturbing. And it's like, if you ain't hurting yourself, if you ain't hurting other people or other people's people, leave it.
Right.
Just leave it.
Yeah. Oh.
At what point, I need to ask Robert Phoenix this, at what point does the era of the Karen stop?
You know what? That would be nice to have an answer for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at some point, people are just going to just break bad and go postal on these people.
Well, I think it's just one of those that, and it's already having ramifications.
It is.
As far as you wouldn't let me discuss about the sex bots or anything like that.
I
but
do not feel comfortable discussing
I
that
can
with
understand
you.
that. But young men, rather than even trying.
Well, I mean, look in Japan. People are marrying holograms
Yeah.
of Vocaloids.
Yeah.
There's this dude literally married to a Miku
Right.
hologram.
So at what point do these people sit around and go, we've got a problem. What role did I play in creating the problem? Am I still part of the problem, or do I want to be part of the solution?
Right.
Yeah. All kinds of stuff.
There has to be a boiling point with all this shit.
I am praying for spiritual awakening.
Oh.
I am praying truly for spiritual awakening, revival, whatever you want to call it, where people remember that other people are people.
Yeah.
And that they've got the same foibles. If you've ever made a mistake and wanted forgiveness, be willing to forgive somebody else.
Right.
If you've ever wanted to be loved, love other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yep.
And one of the best ways to get out of your own head is to do something for someone else. Mm-hmm. Without expectation of anything in return. Random acts of kindness just because you want to be a good human being.
Yep.
We need more of that. Mm-hmm. So, I think I've interrupted your final thought.
No, I already said everything that needed to be said.
Okay. So, if you've had experiences with the paranormal or supernatural, encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, weird shit going on out there, comments about, the suppression of speech and alteration of language and stuff, please put that in the comments. Mm-hmm. And as far as email us, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. I actually received an email from somebody that's dear to us and had said that they were not allowed to leave comments. And he had gotten so frustrated. I think he was just going to totally just give up on channel, everything like that. And I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. That punishes me.
Yeah, that takes away one of your friends, but at least they can still email you and stuff like that.
And that's what I told him. I'm like, trying to figure it out. Haven't heard anything from him since I responded to the email. But I'm like, shit.
After we're done with this video, you're going to have to tell me who that is.
Yeah.
If we get yeeted, she gets yeeted. Follow her at Rumble or BitChute, even X, previously known as Twitter. Her Rumble and BitChute, same as it is on YouTube. Warlenda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. And on X, it is Warlenda, COCWS. It's like a radio station call sign. It should be, yeah.
It's a voice crying in the wilderness.
Yeah, yeah. It's a tree that has fallen down and it's wailing.
Horton hears a who.
Yes.
We're here.
Yeah.
So know that you are loved.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like I said, just freedom of thought, freedom of speech.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all for joining us.
Yeah. It's don't you let somebody take away what God has given you.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Also, don't let YouTube get away with this shit. Mm-hmm. We, as a people, need to give them some major pushback.
It's by going to BitChute and Rumble. Seriously.
Well, that's part of it.
If their viewer count drops, if the advertisers are there and nobody's watching, Well, what are they going to do?
Dead ass, that the majority of the views is coming from children on these big videos. Like Mr. Beast, stuff like that. It's children.
I thought they had a kids-only YouTube thing.
They do, but there is stuff like, for example, ElsaGate on there that YouTube doesn't deal with. Now, they did deal with it at one point, but now there's still shit on there that's not supposed to be on there. But kids, they lie about their age.
Of course
and they make
They're
accounts
kids.
and stuff like that. And who's to say that parents are not just going to let them use their accounts?
Well, that's true, too. That's what I'm saying. You cannot legislate morality.
No.
And, parents are going to have to parent. Prayers. Know that you are loved.
What is with y'all millennial parents? Because y'all are the ones that's starting this shit.
You keep going up. Know that you are loved. Treat other people the way that you would like to be treated. And seriously, pray for us. Pray for our world. Everybody needs to pray for each other. This is what's going to get us through.
Yeah.
As podlings, when we care about each other, love each other, try to help each other, encourage each other, this is what's going to get us through, because these big corporations, they don't care.
Right. Right.
So it's up to us to care about each other every day.
Yes.
And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cut.
Bye.
Bye.